I think that Mad Maggie is one of the greatest additions to Apex that we have seen since Horizon. The way Margaret Cohery's Stories of the Outlands was done, I thought it was beautiful. It wasn't anything too crazy, it wasn't action-packed, it was simply storytelling, and I absolutely loved it like that. Horizons to me was the best, story-wise. Sears was the best visually, but Mad Maggie's to me was just like Horizons. One thing I do love about her character is that Margaret is a rebel, and she fought against the Syndicate, and when she was supposed to die, they did a warrior's chant. She clearly loves herself some Salvo, and honestly, if we had some type of intergalactic BS going on, I wouldn't be as crazy as her, but I mean, I would be against the crap that the Syndicate would be doing to our planet, and I'd probably be starting riots too. But I understand where Mad Maggie comes from, her little madness or whatever. I don't think that she's right to kill other people. As she has mentioned quite a few times that she has done what she had to do, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I wouldn't kill anyone, but I can understand why she did it. I mean, you're fighting for something that is meant to be yours, and not just that, but you're fighting for other people's lives as well. She truly is a one-man army, and I think her abilities are, they're relevant to that. Her abilities are just like her character, and I think that that's what makes her so much fun. It fits her, and I love that they did that. I just think it is just so creative. It's fresh. It's not like they did some BS with other legends, how the way that, oh, well, they work like this character, but with a little bit of seasoning or a little bit of sugar, a little bit of spice, and everything nice. They actually did something original, and I appreciate that. I have to give it to Respawn. They actually introduced a character pretty well, and I'm really glad that it would be Mad Maggie that they did all this for. Mad Maggie is a case of uniqueness. She's just not one of those legends that you can just wake up, update the game, play the legend, and be like, oh, I'm good, top tier. Unlike Seer and Ash, she actually does take a lot of getting used to using, and that's not the crap on Seer or Ash, but it's just like out of the three, I think Maggie is probably one of the more harder legends to use in the last 9 months, and I think Ash was the easiest, and that's not again a dig, but I'm just saying that Mad Maggie is different. This whole season to me is different. I barely remember hammer points, but for whatever reason, they brought them back. And honestly, good for them because it makes certain guns that get way overused, like the R99, at least puts competition with the RE45. Now, I'm not sure which one does more damage the fastest, DPS wise, but R99 versus the RE45, seasons before, it was a no diff. And with it having a hammer point, I think it kind of puts it on its own brakes. Thank God, because I got tired of always getting completely diffed by a R99 when I only have a RE45. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that lucky. I believe that a hammer point is very situational. And me personally, I would still choose the R99 over the RE45 any day. I just know that in certain situations, if your aim is good, then you should be fine. Now, this is Maggie's passive, tactical, and ultimate. I'm gonna go helmet just so I can get the cooldowns over with. Her horn drill does so much damage. That bot has red evo. You mean to tell me that it literally just does 150 damage? 60 damage, yeah. So that is absurd. That's red evo. Bro, that's literally from white evo to blue. You're literally 10 in the blue evo. You only need 290 damage left before you get purple evo shield. That is absolutely crazy. And then her ultimate, you throw that down, and then the pads, you move around faster. It is just, it's too good. I know her ultimate does do a lot of damage, but I think it's good if you want to surround your enemies with a fuse or even a horizon, and then just go crazy, or even run an Ash if she knows how to use her tactical. With her ultimate, you hit all the the pads. You go almost everywhere. I'm not saying that she's an Octane or she's fastest one, but if you're playing Octane with a Maggie that uses her ultimate and then you hit all the pads, you're gonna be blitzing across the map. I'm gonna show you what I mean by going all over the place. I'm gonna hit all these pads and then see if I can aim right. Oh, damn, no. There we go. Alright, I want to see how far drill can, like, go. See, like, where could I put it? Like, how far does it shoot? Let's see if it can shoot all the way up there. Will it go through metal? No way it can actually shoot that far. And it does go through metal. That's really cool. Maggie's Warlord Ire is her passive ability. And I should have talked about this in the very beginning in chronological order from left to right with her abilities, but I didn't do that. But her Warlord's Ire is just you run like you're sprinting with a shotgun in your hand instead of holding triangle, Y, or whatever PC uses to run faster when holding their gun back. I think it's really good that they actually did give someone a passive ability. I'm glad that it's shotguns instead of like long range weapons, because could you imagine her having a sniper and running as fast as she does with a shotgun? That wouldn't even make any sense. Both the Peacekeeper and the Triple Take got a new hop-up called Kinetic Feeder. All you do is that you shoot and you slide. I believe it's not exactly 1 second, but when you do shoot and you slide, it's like pushing almost a second per bullet reloaded. You reload as you're sliding. Like, that's different. I wasn't expecting new hop-up to be that. When I heard about Kinetic Feeder, I thought about the more damage you take, the bigger the shot was going to be. But that's kind of broken. So I wasn't expecting it to be this and what it does objectively, but I mean, it's different. I mean, I can't complain about it. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but Season 12's Olympus is one of the more problematic things I have in ranked. Now, this is opinion-based, so if you don't agree, that's fine, but Terminal is one of the more toxic places that opens up Estates and Hammond's Laboratory to Phase Driver, Bonsai Plaza, and Sniper's Peak. With those things being together on the southern parts of Olympus, Terminal is rough. So rough, in fact, that I had to split the map in half. Me and my friend discussed the best spots to land, and the one circled in green is Orbital Cannon. A team might land there, get some easy KP and move on. The ones highlighted with blue triangles is Oasis and Gardens. Now, if you do land at Oasis and you don't get no loot, just make sure you rotate down south. It's to the left of the Estates and to south of Oasis. You can always, there's like 2 levels to it. You got the one at the bottom. There's some stairs you can go up to. Loot there. Should be a survey beacon, I believe. So, you can always rotate there. Make sure you rotate to the red X's if you can. Or just, don't land there at all. Try to avoid it if you can. But if you do want some early KP, I would rotate to a red X to get some kills and move on. Or just try to go to the next circle if you have a recon character.
Was that the middle finger?
I know that I'm going to sound like 2 different people, but I'm extremely tired. But I do want to talk about Crypto's rework. And if you throw your drone out by pressing your tactical button, it goes a certain distance. Now, I believe it's up to 23 to 25 meters. I'm not exactly sure specifically, but you can still press it again to get back in your drone and use it. I honestly thought that was a pretty neat, unique idea that they decided to do that for Crypto, because Crypto before, I think he was kind of strong before, but I feel like that he just didn't fit in with the other scanners that were able to be on their feet and still use their scanning abilities, because Crypto had to be taken away from the fight for him to even use his tactical or even his ultimate, unless he already pre-thought to put it in position to strike the enemies with the EMP without hitting yourself. I thought that if I held L1 to use my drone that it would go farther, but instead it put me instantly into the drone, which I think that's a pretty neat feature as well. Now, there is one thing I don't like, is that when I throw my drone out and I use EMP, I'm within my range of the EMP, and though you can just walk right out of it, I don't like the idea that if I'm in a tight situation, I just throw my drone out a window, I just can't use the EMP, I might hit my teammates or myself. I low-key kind of feel like that Crypto should have like a little more resistance to his own EMP, kind of like how Zofia and Ella have their resistance to each other, because that's how they grew up with their gizmo whatever. I know it's a whole nother different game, but like, I'm just saying that Fuse and Crypto should have a little more resistance to their own abilities, or enemy Cryptos as well. I'm not saying nothing gets done, but I'm just throwing it out there that I feel like only an enemy Crypto should be able to destroy his shield. And I feel like if he does hit himself, just like his teammates, they don't lose shields, they just get slowed down. And I feel like Crypto should be treated the same way, because it is his own EMP. So why wouldn't he be more resistant or resilient to his own ability?
Name's Maggie. What's yours?
Miles Morales.